What is going on, YouTube? This is Pope G, and I'm coming at you with another video. I got Spankies for you today. I have some eBay purchases, some online purchases, a visit to my LCS, and I got some Grails. I got some fillers uh, that I needed for some runs that I really like and want to finish up. And I also have beer. Uh, I've been pretty much like I haven't drank alcohol in a long time now. I can't even remember the last time I drank, but I've been trying out these different non-alcoholic beers, and the best one so far is like a Sam Adams like Summer Haze that I've been drinking on. It tastes pretty good. But there's this awesome band that I love called Kitty, and if you haven't listened to Kitty, you should listen to Kitty. They're fucking brutal, and it's. I've always been a fan, even when I was young, uh, and just to see them grow as a band is awesome. They went from being hard when they first came out to like super hardcore now, and they're awesome. But they came out with uh, a beverage, and it's called Kitty Pig. And I'm not trying to get endorsed by them or anything like that. But I just ordered this, and I just got it came in the mail today. So I figured if you're a big supporter of Kitty, um, this is their beverage called Kitty Pig. All headbang, no hangover. And it was kind of really cool because they even had like this. They sent this uh, card that was personalized. Thought that was really nice and cool of them. Uh, this is what the can looks like. I think the can looks cool. Um, smells nice. I went ahead and poured. I haven't tried it yet. Uh, so let's go ahead and try this beer from Kitty. It smells very berry, which is like I guess it's called brutal berry. So I guess it's good that it smells like berries. It's kind of nice, a taste to it. Trying to, you can definitely taste the berry, but the way it tastes to me is the best way to describe it is it tastes like a rose smells like, if that makes sense. Uh, I think it's pretty good. Um, because I thought it was kind of weird having like a flowery taste of stuff. But when I was a barista, the owner um, had like lavender and rose flavors for like espressos and drinks and stuff. And I was just like, that's a really weird thing. And he was like, try it. And I tried it, and they taste pretty good. Excuse me. But I have to say, I dig this. But like I said, it tastes. The best way for me to describe it is that it tastes like how a rose smells. But it's very refreshing. Uh, so enough of that. Let me jump into let's start with this. This was a few videos ago. I ordered um, some slabs from Comic Mint because they had a deal on those. And if you see me look up, is because I have a new setup. I have a monitor set up now, and so like my recording device is down here, but like I have a big screen up here. So I apologize if I stop looking down here and I look up here to talk. Um, but from the Comic Mint, I did have some other books that needed to be sent, but in that order, I had a book that just came out, like I guess like a week ago or this past week, and so they didn't send these other books out until this one was released. But these other books were was from a blind box of store exclusives, con exclusives. So there was just they were just randomly sorted. But this uh, is Babs issue number 1, and I read it when it came in the other day before I bagged and boarded in a Mylar. But it's by Garth Ennis, uh, who I remember mostly from like the Wizard comics, or I say Wizard price guides, I should say. But this is, if you're into like D&D and like role playing stuff, there's a lot of that kind of mess in this, but it's very, very funny. So I thought it was a pretty funny read. But that's an Amanda Connor cover, which was another reason why I went ahead and picked that up. But here's some the books that were in the blind box. There was 10. This is a New York Comic Con Red Sonja number 1. This is a wraparound cover, so I was happy to have that. This is the Flash number 1 variant cover that's foily. I think that was a store exclusive. Here is Shannon Mayer cover of Wonder Woman number 1. I thought this was a really nice, beautiful cover, so I was happy to have that. Here's a book called Dawn Runner from Dark Horse Comics. I've never heard of this, but I'm down with like mech suits and stuff because I, like anime. So I was a big Gundam fan, especially my younger days after school watching Toonami and stuff. Here's another book that came in there called The Nasty number 1. And there's the good old VHS nostalgia, displaying the insert this side into recorder. Do not touch the tape inside. I was kind of hoping that there was going to be like a... Oh no, there is the happy face with the please be kind rewind, reminiscent to the old block Buster days. I was happy to get this one. This is X-23 Deadly Regenesis. This is issue number 1. Another store exclusive, I believe. So that was pretty cool. I thought this was another good nab from the blind box, and it's Miles Morales number 1. I dig red is my favorite color, so this kind of speaks to me anyway. But I don't mind that the whole background being blank, one color, and him kind of just chilling on it. Not bad at all. I really like this cover. This is Detective Comics number 411. Batman and Batgirl. Comes with a COA on the back. This is a Wu Choli cover, and it was limited to 400 copies, and this is 118 out of the 400. So that's pretty cool. I dig this cover. This is a Hulk number 9 Virgin variant. Trying to get it to where it doesn't have much uh, too much glare on it. But this new Hulk series is pretty good. It's in the horror genre. This particular issue is pretty funny. Uh, Bruce has like a what is it, like a therapy session with Samson, uh, which is pretty funny. And the last book that came in like the blind box, which I think is really awesome. Never heard of it, but I'm sold just on covers. The Last Witch Hammer, and you can't go wrong with Run the Jewels homage. And another thing I have to say, this is probably the most clean, like mint black background cover that I own. I don't think there is a single scuff or like ding on it anywhere. And plus it's a Run the Jewels homage. So definitely happy with that. What should I go to next? I'll go ahead and jump to the LCS. Now the LCS, I know he's rearranged his store, and when you walk in, there's like a few, like the dollar bins have become smaller, but then he has like bucos of like books that are priced as marked, and they go from anywhere from like $4 to like a couple $100. So I mean, it's just a random mix of books, and then there is like, but like he buys a lot of collections from a lot of people. But I got some stuff from the Spankies. I bought a few books from those random price books, and then like I bought a few Grails from them. But starting with the Spankies, I bought uh, Monster Menace #1. Uh, they had 2 of those. I thought that was pretty cool cover, but they like it reprints some of the older like monster comics that came out from Marvel. I have a decent run of Gen 13, so I picked up a few covers that I knew or issues I didn't have, and this is issue 15, issue 16, issue 17, and issue 20. And one thing I'll say that I didn't like, what I don't like about these boxes that are like, randomly marked price books is that I found this in the Spankies, in mint condition. But I also found this issue in uh, the randomly marked price books, and they were asking like, it was like either $5 or $6 for that. And I was just like, why would you do that? Like, why would you just leave? Like, why would you put some of these books in these out in the dollar bins and like put the rest of them in? But it's not my place to learn the logic. But forgive me, I forgot whose channel I was watching, but I remember they showed this of Lunatics, and I remember them describing this as like the Marvel version of Lobo. Although I would say, like, I read this, and even though Thanos is in it, which makes it good, and I like the Pixie character because she does buddy up with Thanos, but this is a very low end version of Lobo because I don't think anybody can live up to the man Lobo. Like I mean, he's the man, and Lunatics have to say falls very short to that. I'm a big Clive Barker fan. Uh, so here's Ecto Kid #1, and these next few are Clive Barker books that have like the nostalgic '90s like hologram reflector covers. But my thing is like, it says pretty sure Clive Barker just came up with the characters, maybe like a storyline, but I don't think he wrote any of these books. But here's Hookum and Hex. And Hyperkind. Like I said, they're all issue #1 that has the grand foil covers. And that was all I got out of the dollar bins. And here's what I got from those other bins. This is picked up Conan versus Rune, some Barry Windsor Smith goodness. I already have one copy of this, but I paid like $4 or $5 for this one, so I ain't mad. Just wanted another copy. Picked up this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Best of Raphael. Raphael is my favorite turtle, and so I got that for like $4 or $5. And also, I'm wanting to say I was watching maybe Big Elbow or Mr. Rigor Morris's video, but somebody was showing this Flamin' Carrot Comics issue 25 with like an earlier appearance of Raphael, and they had it at the store for about $4 or $5, so I grabbed it. I guess I went on a Ninja Turtle kick because here's issue 105. This might be a key issue of some sort, but I mainly got it for the cover. I really dig it, and it kind of gives off some Mirka Ondolfo vibes, even though she is not the comic book artist. But I thought that was pretty cool. Picked up some J. Scott Campbell G.I. Joe issue 2. He had 2 copies of that in the bins, so I picked them up. And I found this very awesome Serpentor cover of G.I. Joe issue 303. And G.I. Joe, this is out of G.I. Joe, this is my favorite character, Serpentor. I should say my favorite Cobra character. But, the franchise is G.I. Joe, so that's that. So I think this was a good time, especially like when I'm starting to get done collecting comics. So like this kind of makes sense that I'm like what we like to say pulling the trigger on getting those Grails or like the bigger books. And so I bought a few things to so because I'm getting close to ending my my comic book collecting, and these were at a good price. And it seems like a lot of uh, books are just hitting the right price for me to buy. So I picked up Deathstroke, the first appearance of Deathstroke, and the New Teen Titans issue 2. And this one is pretty minty. There's just a few spine ticks, like right here, but I mean nothing that a press. They're not color breaking or anything. So like a good press, I'm pretty sure I could probably get a 9.6, 9.8 out of this. And it's not bad at being you know what's the word I'm looking for? Newsstand. Yeah. Um, I love me some cosmic characters. Uh, I was a big fan of the Infinity Gauntlet. So a lot of these books uh, that I had to search out are like cosmic beings. Like I have Mistress Death's first appearance. I have Mephisto's first appearance. And now I have the Living Tribunal's first appearance. And this is Strange Tales, issue 158. I think the previous issue is like his cameo, but this is his first full. Uh, but like going off that, I also picked up the Mighty Thor 165, and this is the first appearance. Well, let me rephrase that. This is like one of the first appearance of him, aka Adam Warlock. This is one particular character who has like, it's like they never had like a fixed like first appearance, and they've had this problem with other characters because like this shares his first appearance along with like a Fantastic Four, which I have that one, and then there's also a Incredible Hulk annual, which I also have as his first appearance, and then there is his first appearance as Adam Warlock, which was in an actual Warlock issue, which I have that as well. And then uh, if you want to count his like his personas, like the Magnus or the Magus, because the Magus is basically him, his evil side. So like I mean I have his first appearance as well, but it's kind of like it's also him. And then there's like the goddess, who I guess represents his good side. Uh, so yeah, so that was that from the LCS. Um, Now I will jump to eBay, and on eBay there's a seller that was selling. I was looking for the run. I have random issues of Clean Room, but I kind of want to also finish this before I'm done collecting, because this was a really awesome read, and also it's artwork by Jenny Frizen, and it's fucking awesome. The storyline. So if you like horror and like conspiracy stuff, like this is it. This is a really good read. Uh, but I have the trade backs of it, and I love it so much that I was like, I need to get a run of this. Uh, I mean, this came out like years ago, but it's still a good read. Trying to see if it has a year on here. But I would say if I were to guess, I'd probably guess this came out maybe uh, 2009. I'm not quite sure. But either way, it's a. If you haven't read this, I highly recommend reading this. And like I said, you can't go wrong with the artwork. Uh, and the storyline is just awesome. Like I guess I could be reading some of these. Like IGN magazine says, insanely gripping, completely terrifying, and awesomely illustrated, making for a truly divisive read. But like I said, my personal opinion is it's awesome. So that was that. But I also shout out Kingdom Comics because he's the one that like I was watching one of his videos like a few years ago, and he's the one that brought this to my attention. Uh, I have I think one copy of this already, but this is Star Wars: The Clone Wars, Shipyards of Doom. This is this young lady's second appearance, but these were found in like a special DVD collection of. Hold on, I'll show you. They came in this. I'm thinking this was like a Target special. So I bought this off eBay on the from DVDs, and it came with the book. Uh, and the only thing, like I guess, bad about this is that with these, it's kind of hard to not get them without that hard crease right there from opening it up, because since it's like it's glued, that like once you open it from there, like it basically breaks color, and there's no repairing that. And the last two books I have to show is graded books I got, and this is Sandman #8, the first appearance of death. I got it in an 8.5, and I got this at a pretty good price. And I'm kind of glad that I thought about getting this, because I'm pretty sure that that next season of Sandman is going to drop soon, and more than likely we're going to see more of this character. And you know how it goes, like a character gets big in a show or something, prices go up. But I saw prices going down on this particular character, and this is a huge grail for me, because it's one of my favorite, I guess, gray area villains, you should say. But it's the first appearance of many characters, but the main one I was after is Thanos. So I got a good price on this 6.0. This is Iron Man issue 55. I mean, it looks really, really nice for a 6.0. But then again, anything in a Mylar bag and, in a CGC, it's kind of hard to make it look like trash. But no, this, I mean, it looks like a really, really good copy. And so, yeah, it's the first appearance of Thanos, Mentor, Drax the Destroyer, Star Fox, Kronos, and the Blood Brothers. But that's all I got for you guys. Yeah, I was just going to be showing off these books, but like the beer came in today, and I popped it in the fridge, and figured I'd taste it first with you guys and show you guys some books. Hope you enjoy. Support each other. This is Pope G saying cheers, and I'll see you next time. In the meantime, I'll just leave this up here for you guys to maybe check it out.